Oh, you got the
The
video.
The big three, yeah. This never has a 2 or 3 second clip been played so much. So for those that can't see it and not view it on YouTube or wherever, probably caught it anyway. The shot at Trent's house, it looks like, where there's Ibu, Szoboszlai and Mo all sat round with Trent, looking like he's doing potentially some sort of explaining of whatever that may be. So conspiracy theories jump with this one naturally, Trev. And then they don't calm down today, where Trent rocks back into training and McAllister give them what many have labelled a death stare to Trent as he walks into the act. People pick it up different ways, but hey, it's all part of the dance, as Brendan Rodgers would say. I mean, for these contracts, they're going to run simultaneously, this title charge and the contract questions, until they're signed, announced, or we know either way, aren't they? They're just going to run parallel.
Yeah, it seems as though we're going to have to just put this to bed. I think we came to a sensible conclusion, you and I, in the last transfer show, or the one before last, perhaps, which was, an agent is going to use every bit of leverage that an agent can to get the best possible deal for his client, and as a result, for himself. That's business. And it doesn't make any sense for anything to happen between now and the end of the season. It just doesn't make any sense. An agent wouldn't do that unless all of a sudden the club capitulates and goes, yeah, sure, boss, you can have whatever you want. But as long as there's wrangling going on, or some sort of discussion or negotiation going on, there will be nothing, Dave. There will be nothing that comes out between now and the end of the season unless a league gets won, or the club agree to do this, or a player agrees to do that. There'll have to be some sort of movement that has not up till now been made. And I don't know why it would get made. It certainly won't come, you would imagine, from players saying, yeah, do you know what? That thing I was saying that I wanted, don't worry about it. I don't think that happens. So we may just kind of adjust our minds to the fact that it will remain up in the air. Like our last sequence of the show today is going to be talking about how much really is uncertain. I mean, we are heading into, people talk about the corridor of uncertainty. We're heading into a ballroom of uncertainty. It is insane, the amount that's up in the air. But just on this, the contracts and the talk won't go away. But I think it's very important for you and I and anyone else who wants to remain sort of mentally stable to actually make it go away. Because, like I say, I don't see any sensible reason why anything would happen with it until a big thing happens. And by that, I mean until the league is hopefully secured, or until a player finally just says, you know what, this is going really badly, I want off. Or until the club says, you know what, you've won us a league, we're going to reward you now. Something like that. To think that it's just going to get solved in these weeks when we could really do some good news, that's not how it works. We could have done with good news several times recently. It would have been really useful to announce that several times, and they didn't. They haven't, because it isn't done. So on that front, I don't see anything happening. But in terms of the bigger picture here, like will it affect us? We know it. We know where we stand with everyone. With Mo and Virgil, I don't think there's anything comparatively recent from them, but they've been really clear. And Trent, by saying nothing, has been really clear. And I love all these videos, man. I found myself analyzing them as well, and I can't make anything out of the one with no sound. And as for the Trent arriving in and having handshakes with everybody, I think again you're superimposing what you want to impose on it. Like, I saw someone who had the caption "Totes Orcs" on it, right? And I was like, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you buy into the fact that everyone's pissed off. Now, here there is one, man. I meant to mention this to you. Did you see the little clip where the lads were training and they're walking down the steps? And Darwin's behind Trent. And Darwin says something about Real Madrid. And Trent looks around quite awkwardly and kind of like makes a face and just walks on, not wanting to engage. Now, that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that was one. Was like, I remember I saw that and I was like, turn the volume up on the iPad as loud, like
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
he
yeah,
wants
yeah,
to say type of thing, just to be clear. But yeah, it was. Trent has one of those moments. It's almost like in life when you know something's happened, like someone's dropped a tray of drinks next to you, but like don't look because it just makes it awkward for them now and awkward for me. So we kind of just like, yeah, it's not really been picked up by many places or too many on social media, but you're right. We are looking into all these things, and you can see what you want to see in these scenarios, can't you?
you can. And I suppose the main thing is, right, if we want to believe in these guys as characters, we're just going to have to go and say, right, it's not going to affect them and hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reality where it might, but we're just going to have to hope it doesn't. In terms of whether it will have a massive impact if they don't get done next season on the summer ahead, huge.
This is
Huge,
my
epoch definingly huge. To lose Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold,
yeah,
and Mo Salah all in one sitting, that's fucking mental. And the rebuild there is it's insane. So yeah, but hopefully short term, and we're just focusing on the league. Let's get it done. You can't. I'm hoping the impact will be minimal.
does it does it not say nothing's ever this simple? I know nothing's ever this simple, but there was a few outlets in Egypt picked it up, and people again because we jump on everything. We're all looking at the stories. Ismail Mahmoud, a well-known journalist, said, "Yeah, the outlet that broke it is very reliable." That almost it felt like had a domino started a process, i.e.,
Yeah.
all the Trent stories. He's going to go to Real Madrid, right? In simplistic terms, Trent's wages are freed up, so that means we could now do the Mo deal, as in give him that little bit extra, smooth it over, get that compromised, etc. Everyone naturally thought the same because, as you said, we can't countenance the best defender in the world, arguably of his generation, going, wow, we've got him, because PSG are putting big money on the table, as we've heard. Like, there's a bit of cash for that and getting it done. In terms of the impact around the two, you said it there. I mean, tell me if I'm being too strong here. I think this is a very good squad, a squad that's going to win the league. You look at certain players within this squad and think, actually, bizarrely, even though we're going to win the league, you can easily upgrade on a few players just with small tweaks, actually, here and there. You can make this squad better quite easily in a few areas. Yes, you're probably going to countenance that Trent is going to depart. So I know that comes into the mix slightly as well. But with City and the way they are at the moment and just still getting almost back on a footing and all the other things that surround them, with Arsenal and Lego Head always just doing strange things. And I'm sure he's going to call in like Yuri Geller to bend Kai Havertz's back or something to help him for next season. God knows what's going to go on. But just in terms of with rivals doing their thing, does just keeping Salah and Van Dijk and a few tweaks, could this not equal a repeat, do you not feel? Do you think it's that big? Whereas if those two go, you just have such question marks against next season.
I think it. I think it. It's the only way we can be confident of a repeat. I think it's the only way we can be confident of another season where we're competitive for everything. Is to keep those two guys. We're all pretty much consigned to resign to the fact that Trent is going. Although I did notice there were people saying things along the
Yeah.
lines of, "Well, nothing's done yet, and who knows." But that just to me sounded like a little bit of guff. But with the other two, man, I mean, when you think about the amount of surgery that needs to be done across that front line, the idea that you would remove the best part of it, and it's voluntary, by the way. This is an elective procedure to lop off a limb.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
decided to do this,
Yeah.
and then you've decided, you know what would be good is if we balanced it up and lopped off a leg as well on the far side, just to kind of even up the thing, and then we can just proceed with our new bionic arms. Come on, I mean, it makes no sense. It's willful destruction of a squad, and you and I are enough of the old-fashioned fan to not really give a shit where they come up with the money from and not be that sad if someone is feeling the pinch a little bit, or someone's a little bit embarrassed at having to pay out for these two players. Yeah. Do you honestly think, Dave, there's a world where Virgil van Dijk doesn't have another couple of seasons quarterback in Liverpool to at least one more big pot in each season? Because I don't see that. Do you think Mo Salah is suddenly going to end production this season? Why then, if that's the case, why would we let anyone else have that? Who the hell would allow anyone else to have them? It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely none. And these are two of the greatest players in the world right now, arguably in their position of their generation, who are telling you they want to stay at Anfield as well. They just could not be any clearer. If there's anything that's pretty much certain, it's that Liverpool want to keep both these players. Liverpool fans. Does the board or club? We're going to find out in the near future.